Why is it that men always ask to hurt people?
In the Stevenson novel, women have no role at all, and the completely new character is indeed Dr. Stevenson, the female doctor.
She's loosely based on Elizabeth Garrett, who is the original first female doctor in London.
It's accurate in that the first female doctors were present in hospitals, but it just makes you aware of the prejudice of professions at that time, which in my opinion hasn't really gone away. I still think we have the old boys' school, you go to the same school, somebody you play golf with, that still exists today.
She's got to really work at proving herself because it's such a male-dominated industry. So there's a lot of friction, obviously, between her and the male characters. It's just really interesting how this play is told from the perspective of the women. We're sort of on the outside and we're trying to get in to figure out what is actually happening and who is this person who's committing these crimes. But they're making it very difficult for us because we're women, so we have to keep constantly pushing the boundaries to get in. Particularly my character, she's really pushing her look, I would say, you know, possibly for the time, because she really puts her foot down.
Esther is from a working class society in the Victorian era, and she is a woman of the night. She goes on this massive journey where she's introduced to these other two characters, which is the matron and Dr. Stevenson, and she learns so much from them, trying to discover what's happened to her, what's happened to these other people, these other women that have been trampled on by Mr. Hyde, and she's on this discovery and journey to figure out who this person is, but also trying to figure out who she is as an individual, and that she does have a mind and she is smart and she is able to figure this out as a team with these other women. So she learns a lot and has this huge growth throughout, which is amazing to see.
I think what is nice about the role is the bond that's formed between the three women during the play. Because at the beginning they have very different lives, all three of them, and they're defined by their professional roles, but there's a closeness in the fact they work together against the tyranny and arrogance of the male hierarchy.
In the original story of Jekyll and Hyde, she is a lot younger, but in this version she's slightly older, so she's around 15 years old. Through our research, we've discovered that at this time, a girl would have been around sort of 10 to 12 years old, which is so shocking, and it breaks, when we figured that out, it broke our heart to think that there would be these children on the streets that men would use.
If you look at the world at the moment, it does feel like a boys' club, especially with the people in power. And I feel women, you know, are very much still, we're trying to be listened to. And I think we're probably listened to a little bit better than in those times, you know, but it's still very hard and we've still got to push.